Hello. We're feeling very organised and grown up here at the moment.
At the news desk.
At the news desk in my kitchen. Welcome to the Pubcast Show. On my right we have Jason Evans. On my left we have Madison Thomas.
Good evening.
And welcome to this, to my home. I'd like to acknowledge that my home is on the traditional lands of the Kulin Nation, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging on what is land that was never ceded. Thank you.
Thank you. And
Yes.
can I just add also, on behalf of the Pubcast Show, our personal thanks for the Ingram family for supplying it. I know you've got two difficult teenagers in the house.
Very difficult.
One kind of this difficult, the other one this difficult. You can judge which one's which, and it's fantastic. And of course,
and the difficult partner, but no, he's fine.
Well, you might say that, but I'd like to thank to Andy Man too on behalf of the Pubcast Show.
Thanks,
here.
Andy.
And when I arrived here at 6 o'clock, Maddy, Andy walked in and he went, "Can you guys come and do this every Wednesday?" Because I've never seen the place so clean. Like, Carby, I know we don't usually do this, but this floor...
It's a great floor. And it's
I reckon back at Tunnel, Nick Barker, we would have done lines of salt off these floors, I reckon.
That doesn't happen in my kitchen.
Well, they're extra spruced up because we did have a bit of a explosion.
Oh.
An extravaganza of exploding eggs.
Oh.
So
I still haven't recovered from that, quite frankly. When Jason Evan comes over to your house, don't let him anywhere near your egg cartons. That's all I have to say on the matter.
Fantastic.
So what have we got coming up on tonight's show?
Well, Maddy's going to tell us...
Oops.
So which question do you want us to answer, Karen?
Why are we here? Why are we in my house?
Right.
How did that happen?
Well, we're here because we need to have a look at Karen's kitchen. No, we don't. That was just a little gag. But we're here because through unforeseen difficulties, we've had to come here to the Pubcast Show because of, I guess, there were some issues with certain
some
things.
scheduling issues we had. But we will be coming to you from the Pirates Tavern in weeks to come. So don't go changing.
So as we say at the Pubcast Show, if it's broken, let's just fix it. And we're here, and Karen put her hand up and said...
Going with the flow. We're being spontaneous.
Let's just have a show and with great people. And Maddy, I've actually forgotten who's playing tonight. So can you tell us who's here?
Well, I don't know how you have, because I can see his beautiful face here when I look down the hallway. We have got Nick Barker playing some tunes for us tonight. He's still all of our beating hearts. I swear it's just the salami that made me a little bit warm. And we have Dr. John Weldon coming in for a bit of a chat.
Neighbour, friend, academic and grower of marrow.
And also John... hang on, Nick, it's my show. Shut up.
Hang on a minute.
John R. Weldon, famous author and doctor, used to be in an 80s band, as most of us either were in bands at that stage or worked for bands.
Or in nappies.
And I did notice when Nick and Dr. John met, it was a bit of a terseness. So hopefully, when you interview Dr. John, I'll interview Nick. So there might have been a bit of a confrontation there here.
They have history.
You know what? The kitchen, the pop-up thing, you've got bands playing in people's houses.
The parlour gigs, it's a thing. So why not have a pop-up Pubcast parlour show?
And I'd love to know if people, either now or during the week or just in general conversations, when, because my biggest thing would either have John from Richmond or Billy Bragg playing at my house. If I won Maddy, stupid lotto, 30 mil, I'd just go, boom, drunken sailor. But I'd have a caveat. I'm saying, Billy, Jonathan, you're playing in the kitchen with 6 or 7 mates and stuff like that. So
I would say Nick Barker.
Could you swim
but he's in your fucking kitchen. He's in your kitchen.
Oh,
And
so
we
you
just
know I
say-
want in my bedroom.
And
Is that what you're saying?
Oh!
What are you
Did you just say that?
No, Nick.
And can I just say, I've never noticed, we've done this is our 10th show, I've never noticed you looking so, like, what's the expression, Maddy, when one is
flushed, sweaty.
But with more makeup than possibly usual, look, you look groomed.
Oh, I know. I have a fabulous makeup artist in-house, but I can't mention her name.
That's your daughter?
I can't say.
No.
I can. Bridget. Great job, Bridget.
Okay, well, she'll just be dying right now.
She's not even watching. She's watching.
She's lying down trying to get on with her life.
She's having a heck of a time.
Yeah, so how about the stubby holders on display? Because, I think you don't have one.
I'm loyal to our sponsors. I'm loyal to our sponsors.
I think Dr. John got the Dargo Walnut Festival stubby holder, so that's really good. And have you noticed what I'm wearing?
This is a very, very fabulous apron.
Because I'm at home and I wear aprons all the time.
And curlers?
No, I don't need curlers.
It's just like the laminated 50s. I thought the curlers.
Apron. But getting back to the apron, it's the Julia Gillard misogyny speech. Can we just, I will not be lectured about sexism and misogyny by this man.
And she will not.
It just makes me feel so good to say that and wear it. So,
I was just thinking about my favourite ever stubby holder. We had a New Year's Eve. It was when we went into the millennium, so everyone was terrified everything was going to break. We had it in a place called Tarnagulla, and all of our stubby holders said, "Where the fuck is Tarnagulla?" It was great. You couldn't bring them around the children. It was my favourite kind of stubby holder. Anyway.
Okay, so we could talk more about stubby holders.
That we could.
Or you could continue online yourself. Tell us about your favourite stubby holder. Send us a photo. But, oh my goodness. Oh, look.
Right, Karen's out of shot. Karen is completely... I feel really nervous at here, but let's have a quick look at Karen. And I'm only here to grab young Henry's for me and our first guest. His name is Nick Barker. Nick Barker, you know about Nick Barker. Played in so many bands. Author, actor, dad, Sydney Swan supporter. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Pubcast for Nick Barker. Take it away, son. Song.
I'm going to play a Heartache State song.
Beautiful.
Line the streets with my enemies like colored bones from December trees. Hand me the keys to the town, cheer me home. Propose to me on a bended knee, present me to your family. Invite everybody around you hardly know. Cut me up into pieces, hand me out after the speeches, 'cause I was never any good at being alone. And if you're opening a letter on Friday night, my tail is bushy, my eyes are bright. I'm counting down the hours, I'm good to go. I'll be the life of your party, first to come and the last to leave. The diamonds in my blood are starting to flow. When dawn breaks into the mirror, well, I hope I'm not the only one in there, 'cause I was never any good at being alone. Never any good at being alone. When I depart this mortal coil, don't put me down in that cold dark soil. Pile that cedar up high, horse me over. Burn me up like a match, scatter me over the pecan traffic, 'cause I was never any good at being alone. Was never Unreal.
Cheers, mate. Well done. Cheers.
That was a bit special. Cheers.
Hey, thanks very much, mate. Fantastic. And you're
around the corner.
We are in. I was about to say, mate. We are in Yarraville here.
We are.
And how long have you been living in Yarraville? Because
it's about. Oh man, I tell you, it's funny because it's about 2.5 years, and I live about probably just 500 yards from the Whitten Oval. You know, I'm a Swan supporter, so my first September was spent with the Swans getting done by the Bulldogs in that final. Yeah. And so, not only that whole Sunday, my whole street was full of cars with Bulldog supporters streaming up to the Whitten Oval, and I'm cowering inside.
it wasn't special, though.
Well, it was great, but you know, it's not for me. And then I took my son down to Auskick, you know, it's set in Auskick, and you know, he's got his Swans gear on. There's 250 kids there, and 249 of them got. So, anyway, so it's been a humbling experience, but good on them. You know.
How long have you been in the business for?
This year is the 30-year anniversary of Nick Barker and Reptiles, and I was probably in it another 6, 7, 8 years before that with Recreary, and playing at the Ballroom in St Kilda and
that's when I first came to Melbourne.
Yep.
And I was really scared of bands like you because, you know, growing up in Queensland, I'm seeing these bands. Well, I wasn't. I'm not, mate. It's a family show, you know. But right now it's like 8 o'clock in the morning in Finland, so lots of kids watching us. But you blokes had eyeliner on and the leather jackets.
I never wore eyeliner.
Oh, that's bullshit, Barker.
He's not wearing eyeliner.
The other guys did. I never wore eyeliner. I'm sorry, but I never did. Might have been just bags.
Hey, tell us about the evolution of your career from like Recreary into, you know, you in a band.
I was kind of in, you know, like you talked about New Orleans before. There's no animosity between me and those, but
just speak up, mate. Just speak up again.
But I was in 4 bands like. In those days, up until Reptiles days, you know, I was in the Recreary, I was in a band called Beach.
Did you play bass in the Recreary?
Yeah, I did. I played bass in those bands, and then Reptiles started, and we were just kind of a pub rock band, and we got signed, and it was just for 3 or 4 years, it was nuts. I mean, we became famous really, really quickly, and we were a great bar band, but we were never really any more than that. Well, I mean, I'd still defy anyone to be better than us in a bar. But what we ever wanted to be was Georgia Satellites, and they tried to turn us into Guns N' Roses, and it just, you know what I mean?
Who's they?
Well, the record companies, you know, and then basically we had a couple of really good years of touring. It was great fun, and then Nirvana came along and put a stop to anything that was vaguely bar rock for a good few years, and then I sort of, you know, I've been making solo records ever since.
Maddy, what's your knowledge of Nick Barker? Obviously, we're a different age.
Well, my knowledge of you, seeing you play at the Yarraville, I think for the Stones cover.
Yeah. Oh, you know, we always make those. I'm never going to play covers, but it's because all of a sudden someone sort of suggests. James Young suggests, "Do you want to do a Stones anniversary? And do you want to play this, and this, and this?" And it's kind of like. You know what? I've just got to do it because they're my favourite band. Look, it's a weird game, Jason. You know that, and it just twists and turns. And you know, I'm going to be 54 this year, so I can't complain. I've had a pretty good run out of it. And I've got a new band called the Heartache State that I'm very, very happy with. So.
Hey, listen, I remember my first knowledge when I first met you guys. I was at the Tunnel nightclub, and this is like really, really early 80s. And all of a sudden, inflation or something like that. Yes, Karen, I'm going to throw to you in a second, but I've got a really good story.
It's just tap dancing
involves you.
Right?
We're there having a few drinks, and all of a sudden this hairband walks in, and we go, oh, who's this? Kerfuffle, lights, camera, and this band called Nick Barker and the Reptiles, and the whole band walks in with leather jackets, and you've got Nick Barker and the Reptiles on there, mate. Like,
just Reptiles. I never had my name on the back.
Well, that's Karen's story.
You rat bags.
Hey, listen, you're going to hang back and as we do here in the Pubcast Show, you got a great cover. Don't tell us what it is, surprises, stuff like that.
Do you want to hear my stubby holder? My favourite stubby.
Go, it's yes. Right, go.
Dr. Snip.
Doctors.
Is that the vasectomy guy?
He gives you a stubby holder.
Does that mean that you were visiting someone?
Oh, it's just a friend gave it.
Hey, Maddy, should we get Karen involved here?
I think we should. We're getting some tap dancing going on, so I'm going to get out of the way.
Look, everybody, look who just arrived. It's Dr. John Weldon. innuendo segment. And
In whose endo?
courtesy of Dr. John Weldon. Thanks for popping by and bringing your friend.
It's more than a pleasure to pop by here in, may I say, Marrowville. Not Yarraville, it's
yeah,
Marrowville.
That's true. And because you are president of the Yarraville Marrow Eaters?
No, the Yarraville Marrow Growers Association, the YMGA, Australia's premier giant vegetable appreciation
So tell me you have a YMGA.
Yeah, we have a YMGA.
Can you show us?
Okay, we have a YMG.
Oh, well done.
So I'm here first, folks.
That's going to take off.
It is going to take off.
So,
T-shirts, hats.
and somebody's worked very hard at growing this enormous marrow.
Yeah,
And
a gentleman by the name of Bruce.
Hi, Bruce.
It's called Bruce's Baby. Bruce's Big Baby.
It is a big baby, and then so now what happens? Is a giant pie made, or
No,
what do we do?
we have a big weigh-off coming up this Saturday. We have our
weigh-off.
annual weigh-off where we weigh some 70 or 80 kilos worth of
I wonder
marrows.
how much it weighs. Oh no, I've got that back. Would anyone like to hold the marrow?
I want to, because it's my I carried a watermelon moment. Please don't shoot down my shirt. Thank you. Holy
Yeah,
moly.
so what happens on the way
So
off?
we have a weigh-off. We have the grand champion for the biggest marrow. We have Ladies' Choice Award for the prettiest marrow.
Oh.
We have Best Newcomer and...
And do you have sponsors or prizes, or is it just the glory?
we have a trophy which is actually down the coast. I can't bring it because last year's winner has it. He's down in the beach somewhere. But it's like a little marrow on a stand.
Oh, that is a bit special.
It's a bit special.
And
Hand-carved.
I'm hand-carved. Well, in fact, what a great carving that would be.
Yeah,
I
you
wonder if
could
this
carve
is
it.
Just booze and marrow, isn't
some
it?
marrow carving. We're going to get a whole new audience from this, Maddy. So
I think we're starting a whole new genre of something.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's going to take off.
Girls and Marrow magazine.
Yeah, seriously. I don't think it's
Put
starting
that,
my...
patent that, register it, whatever you got to
That's
do.
it.
Starting my wholesome kitchen. Oh, God. So, John, you're a doctor, you're a writer,
Yes.
and you're an aficionado of popular culture.
Yes, definitely.
And so, what's your favourite stubby holder that you have at home?
Oh,
Well,
look,
without notice.
I've
sorry,
had
yeah.
one from the Yakandanda Hotel from the New Wales' very first ever road trip.
Oh, wow.
That lasted a long time. I don't know where it is now, but that was my favourite.
Oh, the road trip lasted a long time.
No, the road trip did last a long time.
You're
But the
still on
stubby
that
trip
road
lasted
trip.
even longer.
It's been really, really fun
Thank
to
you.
have you pop by, talk marrow, stubby holders, and a little bit of new bowls. But I did have one Nick Barker question for you. How did it begin and end with you and Nick Barker?
Well, it never began or ended really with Nick and I, but the story I was always told by our manager was that we had this deal with Mushroom back whenever it was.
In the day.
Back in the day,
In the day.
and we got to the point of talking about producers and where do you want to record it, and then one day he came to rehearsal and said they've given it to bloody Nick Barker and the Reptiles. Come on.
Ooh. And then what happened to the new bars?
We went to the pub and that was it really.
And never recorded again.
Never
Well,
recorded
that was a
again.
very happy story and something that Nick Barker could perhaps chew some gum over.
Like there was only
with
one
you.
record deal coming. Jesus Christ. They were hardly
Look,
four.
It's 30 years ago and I think we're all over it now.
I
ever
think
so
we're all
slightly.
over it,
Yeah.
yes, we're all over it. So thanks again, and let's hear it for John and the Giant Marrow, courtesy of Bruce up the road.
I'll take it away.
Yeah, you can take it away now, because I think and I think it's over to you now, Maddy.
I'm going to do some gigs. If you're looking for John and Nick after the show, they will be fighting in the street in a Gallagher v Alban death match. So get ready for it. If you've got nothing to do, get down and see it. Anyway, if you have some spare time over the weekend, this is where you should be. Now, our guest last season, Andrew McClellan, very, very funny man, has got a show going called A Seated Walking Tour of Western Europe. He has very, very limited knowledge of the places that he's doing the walking tour of. It's going to be hilarious. It runs until the 22nd at the Malthouse Theatre. Now, Friday the 13th, everything is happening. Please bear with me because there is a lot to go. Fifi's, a bar very, very close to all of our hearts. In fact, I wore their t-shirt on our first ever show. They turn 1. So the Dead City Ruins are doing a listening party. A year.
Wow.
They're all grown up.
Fifi.
Snaps to you, Fifi, best bar in town.
That's what we mean.
So Dead City Ruins will be doing a listening party for their new album, Never Say Die. the incredible rock and roll goddess DJ Mermaid will be spinning some tunes afterward. The Brian Hooper benefit that we mentioned last weekend is on this weekend. Get a ticket. Buy a ticket. Even if you don't buy a ticket, go on the GoFundMe, donate some money.
Yeah, hoops.
Be good. Do good things. I believe in you.
Reminder of that. Beasts are on straight after 6 Foot Hick as well. Yes.
Thank you, disembodied voice.
Yes.
Okay. Animal Hands are launching as well at Cherry on Friday night. That's going to be a wild old time. Saturday night, Amel and the Sniffers.
Oh, yes.
Are they not a little band that are just taking the world by storm? We love you, Amy. They are playing at the Curtain. They've just launched a video for their new song, Cup of Destiny. They're all over the radio. Go and see them before they inevitably disappear overseas, because that's just what happens. Also Saturday night, Scream Theatre are playing at the Gasso. Sunday night, Primus and the Dean Ween Band are playing at the Palais. And our beautiful friend Dave Graney will be playing at the Croxton Sunday night. Get tickets. I'm exhausted. I can't find my drink. It's good times.
Dave Graney next week, yes, okay, yes. Oh,
That's
next
fantastic.
week we're playing. No, we're not getting. No, oh no, that's next week. We'll talk about my
Just come over
dance.
here.
Anyways.
Karen's been on the vodkas all afternoon, vacuuming and cleaning. I'm back with Nick. Mate, I know you've seen the show a couple of times. We are much better than this, but usually. But what we do, because we're live on Facebook right around the world, people can ask us questions. And Steve from the UK has messaged in on our Facebook, on the Pubcast Show, because we do this every Wednesday night for a very short season with budgetary confinements. As soon as Young Henry's sponsorship runs out, we're fucked. Anyway, but he says, tell us, he saw you and Tim Rogers, and I know some stories. Tim Rogers taught you how to tour during that time, didn't he?
Taught me how to fight and drink on that tour.
Carby, can we just edit that fight bit out? Oh, we're live, mate, so...
Oh, yeah, yeah,
How long was that?
Well, I guess my little boy's 5, so it was before that, I reckon. It was probably about 6-7 years ago. So,
Yeah. That was
Well, we did 2 tours of Europe together. It was great fun. It was a blast.
So you played, he played, then you did some songs together?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
What do you mean, kinda?
Well, sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't.
Hey,
It's just
and,
nuts. But
and Leah, who's a great friend of Karen's and myself in the show, has mentioned that you, and I was reminded of this, you were on Denton's show, which was it
Money on the Gun.
Money on the Gun, where every band had to do Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, famously Leonard Teal did a spoken word version.
And if my memory, did you do like a honky tonk version of it?
The lady who showed, I can remember, all the glitter. My voice was
Much better back then, wasn't
No, it was worse.
Okay.
But that was a 12-bar version of it, because that was the only thing that we could do with harmonica and stuff. It's great. It was the lady who showed. I don't know, I can't.
So, to the cover, we're going to finish the show with the cover.
Yeah.
We're come back and say goodbye, and
I was going to play my buddy one. We just did some shows with You and Mine, man, and they're just as good as they've ever been, if not better. So
great band, aren't they? Fantastic.
It was great. We did a whole bunch of dirty old pub shows with them in Sydney just the last weekend before last.
How big was the rider?
Oh, it's pretty big.
Nick Barker's going to take us out. We're going to come back and say goodbye, as we always do, because you're here on the Pubcast Show. Nick Barker.
Play Tim Rogers song about living underneath the flight path, which we kind of do. I live under the flight path, but it don't get me down. It's just a regular interruption on the western side of town. Boeing's from Tacoma, 15 times a day. And it sure can help me out when I got nothing left to say. Switch off and watch them come all day. Someone's daddy's gone away. Coming out from the flashing light. Someone's baby's home tonight. I wear a earpiece to hear the TV, 'cause I miss all the good lights now. When the Kelly Mail come in Copenhagen town, I sit under my clothesline and I watch their stomachs sweat, just like a body surfing city kid, the trails they leave behind. job and watch you come all day. Someone's daddy's gone away. Coming out from the flashing lights. Someone's baby's home tonight. Yep. If it never was, and I almost could believe it, except for all that black shit on my lawn. I live under the flight path, birds in the inner west. I think they miss them if they weren't around, but them fuckers never rest.
Cozy. That was awesome. Keep playing. That was great.
Nick. Really appreciate that.
Thanks everybody for coming to my kitchen tonight. It's been wonderful to have you, and Dr. John. Come on in, Dr. John, and stick your head round the corner. And you watching at home. It's been a real hoot. Despite the egg on my floor as opposed to the egg on my face. Yes, I write the gas. Thank you very much in my own kitchen. Thanks very much. We will see you next week.
Next week?
What's happening next week?
Jason was meant to be doing this.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, we'll be at the Workers Club in Fitzroy. We have Emily Day from Froth Magazine coming in. And our special musical guest we've rudely interrupted. We're very, very excited.
Yay! And so,
on behalf of everyone here at the Pubcast Show, we'd like to thank Serenity, we'd like to thank Harvey Wabi, we'd like to thank Kate Dunn, we'd like to thank the Ingram family, Andy, Angus,
Bridget.
and Bridget.
And
That's right, we
Bridget.
can't mention here. Thanks very much, thanks Barks, thanks Johnny,
and
thanks
our
very
live
much.
audience.
And I'm going to shout out, because they paid money to a charity, shout out to Robbo. Get on there,
Thanks,
Robbo, dig
Robbo.
deep.
Well done, legend.
You've been watching the Pubcast Show. Take us behind the chorus, Nikki. Come on.
Good night.